All right, well, as you can see, the dash is still in. So I did find some more screws. There's one up on the end over there. There was one right here. And this is the reason the dash is still in. Let's see if I can show you it. There's that one right there. And I can't get it out. So I've soaked it in PB Blaster. I mean, it's just, there's no room to work. I can't get the vice grips on it. It's too shallow. Yeah, so I'm going to have to stop. I think I've been working on it for probably half an hour just trying to get that screw out. So I'll let it soak. Hopefully it'll loosen up. But I think that is it. Then the dash should come out once I get that off. All right, so it's the next week. And I've been soaking that screw in PB Blaster all week. So we are going to try to get that out, and we'll see if we can get this dash out today. All right, well, it is out. So letting it soak, but what I found was, let's see if we can do this. Hang on. I think there are a few more screws. I think there's one here, which I don't know if you can really see, and I'll come out and show you. There's one here, and I think there's probably one on the other side because it still won't come out, and I think those are part of this frame. It's kind of hard when it won't focus. So, because those attach here, attach there, and run to there. And it feels like there might be one on the other side too. So I will get those out. Okay. All right, I think it's ready to come out, but I just wanted to point out all the places that I had to take screws out. And sometimes it's hard to see when you're up underneath. But there was one here. That's under the A-pillar. Here under the A-pillar. Here under the front speaker. There was one here in the front next to where the glove box one comes out. There was this one up underneath here, which was the one that was stuck. One up underneath here. And then the last one that I tried to show you that didn't focus real well, right about here somewhere. And there's a bar that goes across. It's got a piece of rubber on it, which you can see. So I think that was it. I think it should come out. Oh, gotta disconnect this stuff. Hang on, let me disconnect those wires. All right, so those are pulled out. I'll get this out and I'll show you guys. Well, I still got a tube connected over there. So you got to disconnect these from the vents too. I think that is the last thing I have holding this on. Looks like this. Huh. All right, I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure this is standard, but it might be. But there is a zip tie holding these wires to the frame here. So let's just cut that zip tie. Now let's see. And she's out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, see, there was that screw next to the glove box. See, and that goes back and in there also. So, but he's out. Now we can start cleaning up behind here. Look at how nasty this dash is. So we'll go from there. See what we want to do with the dash. The dash, the cardboard doesn't look like it's too bad. So I think we could save that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll go from there. So I got everything out. And I just started cleaning everything. So what I'm doing is, you know, everything that goes in, all the screws that go in, I put them into the bags. Well, what I'm doing is 1 bag a day because I got plenty of time because it's not going in. Whatever's labeled on there goes into the evapor-rust, and I clean up those screws and just leave it there for a day. Then I'll dry them off, put them back in the bag. Then I'll take another bag, and I'll take those and I'll stick those in, and vice versa. So, started cleaning this stuff up. It actually cleaned up really, really well. But this, it looks like somebody was digging, trying to get something out. Speedometer works, but the odometer does not. And I've looked online, and I've seen videos of people prying this off, but I can't seem to get that off. I've got to get these off because these have got to be cleaned up. I mean, that looks absolutely horrible. It's all rusted, and I mean, it's like it's gouged out. It's like somebody was trying to pry this out of the gauge cluster at some point in time, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. But, I don't know. I heard that you can maybe buy new ones of these online. And the reset works, but when I spin it, it doesn't move. And maybe new glass too, or plastic, not glass, but yeah. So that's how I'm cleaning all this stuff up. I mean, it's cleaned up pretty well. I still have some stuff to go, but we'll just keep on keeping on. I did want to show real quick the lights, the hazards, all that. In order to get those out, all you really had to do was just push this little tab down, and they pop right out the back instead of struggling to try to get the harnesses off of them. That made it really, really easy. So that was quite nice. I like that. That was a good design. So, but as you can see, this definitely needs to be cleaned, because it is nasty with a capital NAS. So we'll get in and start cleaning all this stuff up. Not to mention, I've got to do the clutch and all that stuff. Thought it'd be a lot easier to do it with the dashboard removed as well. So yeah, so there we go. All right, so I'm in here vacuuming. So I don't think that a whole lot of air going to be coming through that vent for the driver's side. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but look at how smashed it is inside there. I don't know how you'd get any airflow coming through there to begin with. So that just doesn't seem right. Seems like that shouldn't be smashed like that. So I'll have to look and see if I can do anything about that. So just starting to vacuum. All right, so I don't get it, but I saw this as I took the footwell off, and I'm like, oh crap! Now you know what is that attached to? You know, so I follow it, and it's here, and then I follow the wire, and the wire loops around, and it loops back around, and it loops around again. And it's a frickin' antenna. Now, why would you put an antenna inside of the car? I don't know. I don't understand that. I guess your antenna didn't work and you were too lazy to run it to where it needed to go? I don't know. But, yeah. It's a stereo antenna that is zip tied inside underneath the dashboard. So I bet you that's a new one. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that before. So there you go.